Hey there, LT Zeta here, and welcome back to more Let's Play Metroid Prime 3. In the last episode, we cleared up all of Brio, got a little annoyed at confusion, but, like, I'll make do. And in this episode, I've only got to get things in these first few rooms, so that's not going to be too bad. Let's get 100% item completion for the first time in a Metroid game. It's kind of funny how, like, I got 100% in Ori and the Blind Forest, Ori and the Will of the Wisps, and even sort of Hollow Knight. I say sort of because Hollow Knight's percentage is really weird, especially because of all the DLC. Hi! One of you gonna be a special red one for some reason? I don't know. But yeah, like, I played Prime 1 and 2, and this is the first Prime game, Metroid game I'm actually 100%ing. Honestly, it's not even because of the linear nature of the game, it's just solely because the game gave me the map and all the information I would need to actually, like, do everything. The real question is, I know it's that, but how do I get that? Not by standing on that thing, that's for sure. Because I remember seeing this one a while ago. But luckily there's no more space pirates here, so, like, I've got a much, like, clearer... What does this pathway say? Does it, like, give me any indication of, like, where I'm supposed to go to reach it? Where does this take me again? You know, I'm kind of glad that this little platform is here. It certainly helps. I don't suppose I could, like, land on that. Could I? I could land on that the entire time. Gotcha. And this isn't even in a tube, it's just there. Okay. So that was what I was missing. I think I tried to do that at some point, but I didn't think to... I think I forgot I had screw attack. But I do want to go in that pipe either way, because that's another area that I'm missing a thing in. Really? Also, I have all energy tanks and 250 missiles. I don't feel like they're going to give us 275 missiles. Oh, I didn't have Spider Ball while doing this, right. So that's probably why... this. All that for a ship missile expansion. Okay. Are the other two gonna be ship missile expansions too? The least useful things in all of existence. Also, I gotta say, I'm genuinely impressed I made that first try. I would not have expected me to get that first try. With all the problems I've had controlling the morph ball sometimes, that was just, like, utter nonsense to me. Can I get out of here? I think I need to go the long way. Okay. Got out of there, and so now I just need to go forward into this direction. So what thing am I missing that's, like, weirdly in the air over here? Oh, right! I never came back for this. See, that's another thing. Like, there are a lot of situations like this that are, like, in Prime 3, where it's, like, because the game is so... In any other game, in any other Metroid game, like, you would have a bunch of, like, things like this, where it's like, okay, you got this power-up now, go use it someplace in the world. You don't know where, so you have to think about all the times you've seen something like that. And then, as a result, you would get, like, bonuses like a ship missile upgrade. You know, everyone's favorite. But, like, you would still get bonuses for, like, remembering things. It's the reward for remembering and paying attention, and whatnot. That's what it's all about. So, the fact that, like, we don't get that because the game just kind of, like... It's... Arguably, you could say that's a problem with the map, but I feel like it's more of a problem with the linear nature of the game, combined with the fact that it's still trying to do stuff like the collectathon elements. Like, I feel like there's a misunderstanding of, like, the reason why you want collectibles like this to begin with, I guess. I don't know. Point is, I've said it before, I say it again, this game's got a real linearity problem. I feel like if I compare it to another game that I absolutely adore, Ori and the Blind Forest, the first one, not Will-O-the-Wisps, but the first Ori game, was also a very linear experience. But I feel like the key thing that makes this one more disappointing is how it feels like it's fighting you at every turn to make it even more linear than like the Metroidvania style would have you want it to be. Because if you think about Metroid Prime 2, that game is also pretty darn linear. Hell, Prime 1 is arguably very linear. If you don't glitch the game out to no extent, there's not a whole ton of, like, sequence breaks compared to, like, 2D Metroid games. You kind of have to do things in a very specific order, but, like, it's open about, like, where you can go when you have things, and, like, it doesn't really tell you exactly how to do things. And even when the hint system is on, which is on by default, but even when the hint system is on, there's this element of, like, do I need to go to the second floor or the third floor for the thing that I'm missing? Third floor. There's this element of, like, every area in this game, in Prime 3, is a very long, branching straight line. There's no, like, good shortcuts. I feel like that's one of the big things that a game like Ori was good at. Was having shortcuts. Like, if I think about it, like, the end game of Ori had, like, the big windy area. If you remember that. And I remember, like, every time you made progress in that windy area, oh, another spider ball thing. Okay. Every time you made progress in the windy area, you would break a thing that would make it so that you could get... that you would fly through. So it kept, like... What would you consider that? Like, you would kind of keep zigzagging through a big pillar, basically. I need to get inside there. How do I get inside there again? I don't really remember. Let's just go in the hole. See, like, Ori has a lot of things like that, essentially. Oh, I think I can get inside there by doing this. Wait, really? Now it's telling me, do the thing, please. For the love of God, do the thing that we want you to do. Haven't you had enough exploring? Go that way, or else we'll murder you. Why does it end at 250? I guess there's the whole 256 thing. But like 250, that just feels like such a weird number to end on. Whatever. I want out. How do I get out? Oh, right here. This place is, like, in my head as, like, I don't know where I'm going or what I'm doing. That's effective enough. I don't really know how I got there. The elevator is what really significantly threw me off. But, oh well. Well, thanks to that, I'm now done, and I've gotten 100% in my first Metroid game ever, so that's pretty neat. But this really doesn't feel like a Metroid game. If they do make a Prime trilogy at some point, I will probably replay Prime 1 and 2. Like on Switch or something like that, or just any sort of port. Something where I don't have to deal with the Wii Remote and Nunchuck, essentially. Because that's the biggest thing that made me not really want to do that, even on my own time. Like, if I replayed Prime 1, which I haven't done so for the record, but if I replayed Prime 1, I wouldn't want to 100% it, because, like, the Wii Remote and Nunchuck is annoying. I've spent about as much time on this game to 100% it as I did Prime 1 just flat out in general. Like, there might be an extra hour because I spent an hour and a half trying to get everything else just now. And I was less than I had about 12 hours in Prime 3 compared to 13 in Prime 1, according to the game. So, like, I didn't even get 75% in Prime 1. But I went out of my way to get 100% in this game. So, like, yeah, anyways. Where do I go to actually do what the game wants me to? It's second floor. My point is, like, if I were to replay a Prime game, I feel like I would want to, like, now that I have also more, just flat out more experience with, like, Metroidvanias and the Prime games in general, I feel like I would want to go on 100% Prime 1 and 2 if I were to replay either one of them. Especially Prime 1. Because I like big number. But, yeah. Ultimately, it's like... the main reason why I didn't, other than the fact that it's also a Let's Play, and, like, I don't want, like, 5 episodes of me, like, cutting around for, like, 5 minutes at a time with, like, 30 minutes in between each thing where I'm like, I don't know what I'm doing. Where's the thing that I'm missing? Where do I go? Where do I go? I'm so confused. Blah, blah, blah. Like, I don't know. I feel like that's the kind of thing that would work well for a stream, and replaying the game would absolutely be a good stream thing, I think. If it came out again, I would absolutely replay one of those games for a stream. So, if it gets announced at tomorrow's Nintendo Direct on February 8th, 2023, maybe that'll be a sign that I'll have a thing to do. Whatever. Objective completed. I did the thing.
Samus, we have gained control of the Leviathan. Now we'll be able to open a wormhole and warp to Phaaze. It's time to end this. Once you rendezvous with the fleet, we'll head straight into the belly of the beast. I look forward to fighting alongside you again, Samus. Godspeed.
Oh, there's just a thing you can fly to now. Okay, I thought I was piloting this thing. Okay. Well, alright, I'll meet you guys at the ship then.
Take heed, Samus. Once you join the fleet and the wormhole to Phaaze is opened, there is no turning back. Please be sure to prepare yourself.
Okay, so this is going to be a point of no return. Good thing I already got everything. Honestly, I was kind of somewhat expecting that, although that's kind of weird because, like, Prime 1 and 2 did not have points of no return. They were just, you know, you get to the final boss. But you could leave the Impact Crater in the Sky Temple whenever you wanted. So it's kind of weird that Prime 3 suddenly does this, but at the very least, Prime 3 warns you. And I guess, if you think about it from the perspective of this game is super linear, it makes sense much more here than it did in the other games. So, yeah, that's the kind of perspective I need to really mentally wrap my mind around. It's just, again, this game is a very linear experience. And it's a very hand-holded experience, which I think is far worse. Like, honestly, I'm genuinely shocked more people don't complain about this game. Because, like, I know everybody likes to hate on Other M. I've never played Other M. I haven't watched Other M. I just know of Other M. I know that people aren't fond of, like, the gameplay mechanics. They don't like the authorization system, whatever it is. Like, they complain that's, like, about, like, how you get upgrades in that game and how it's not like you find them, you just get allowed to use them or something like that. And people really, 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 really cannot stand the writing. And how it characterizes Samus specifically, but other things, I don't know. So it's like, I see why people don't like Other M.
Sir, Samus's ship has joined the fleet. Thank you, man.
It surprises me that, like, people don't complain more about this game's linearity, though.
Once the wormhole is open, order all ships to enter.
Maybe Retro Studios just really did build up just that much amount of goodwill. That, like, when they made this game, people were like, it's still good! Even though it's just kind of... And it's not even like it's a bad or fun game, or an unfun game. I've been having fun. It's just... I feel like I'm having fun in spite of everything. Rather than because of the game. And honestly, I think I vastly prefer Prime 1. I think I prefer Prime 2 over this game, too. And that's, like, the biggest reason why I also wanted to 100% this game, because, like, I don't think I want to replay this game. It feels like an incredibly unreplayable game, which to me is a crime against Metroidvania-style games. Like, I cannot see myself replaying this game unless, like, we get the Metroid Prime Trilogy remake complete, full, and I'm just like, you know what, fine, sure. I did the other games, now I'll replay this one and 100% it again, and just so that I have, like, a full save file. But, like, I'm really probably not going to. There's also the possibility that, like, I might try to play the game again, to see how they handle, like, remaking it. Maybe they'll improve it, I don't know. There's room to improve this game, I think. Add some shortcuts into, like, the maps, and, like, significantly reduce how much it directs you, and I feel like you could have an okay game in terms of, like, the Metroidvania elements. Well, this probably isn't good. But yeah, if they're willing to, like, change the level design and map to, like, add more shortcuts and, like, ways to get around it faster, I feel like it could be better. Phase on overload. Vent energy tanks. Due to critical levels of internal Phaaze corruption, the emergency vent override has been triggered by the PED suit. All acquired energy tanks have been vented to temporarily prevent total corruption. Hyper mode weapons no longer require the extinguishing of an energy tank to use. You are now permanently in hyper mode. Unfortunately, this vent override can no longer be used. Damage, as well as exposure to Phase's atmosphere, will continue to raise your Phaaze level. Your Phaaze level is shown as a yellow bar at the top of the HUD. If your Phaaze level fills completely, you will die. So basically, play this whole thing as fast as you can because it's slowly killing you. Got it. Don't stop and smell the roses. Except when I kind of have to. I guess there are still going to be health pickups, though. That's something. Alright. Alright. Whee! Plop. Probably not good to, like, really sit around and scan stuff. Hello, friends. Where do I go? Oh. I'm not being given help. This is missile version, right? Yeah, okay. It's basically like a best of hits of like all little things that you had to do with hyper mode, except now you don't need to worry about hyper mode in quite the same way as before. So, right. By the way, we're all pretty convinced Dark Samus is the final boss. right? That's the only thing that makes sense, any degree of sense. Can't be anyone else, and we haven't fought her all game, and we know she's in the game. Hell, her Smash design comes from this game, so it's like, it's gotta be her. Oh, we haven't seen exploding guys in a while. So... I don't know, the Dark Samus fights in Prime 2 were okay. I'm looking forward to how it turns out here, though, because the character fights in this game had generally been some of the better ones. Although, really, there's a whole lot of good ones. As a final area, this feels very weird. Like, I understand the vibe it's going for, but at the same time, like, I don't feel anything. Oh wow, I took a lot of damage from something. Oh, that. Probably. I thought that was just health. Whatever. Whee! I mean, there's definitely a creepy aura here. I'm not gonna pretend otherwise. But, like, from a gameplay perspective, like, it's so different from anything else because of, like, how you're keeping track of things. And health and whatnot. Please do not do this. Where did you even come from? I definitely thought I killed everything here. I definitely killed everything here. Where are these guys coming from? They just keep respawning. Okay, if I was supposed to use secret missiles for that, I don't care. What I just did works, and that's all I really wanted out of it. I supposed to just kill all the guys and then that, like, gets me out of this? Okay, it was just kill all the guys. I mean, last time when I got Metroids, they kept respawning, so, like, But those guys were like, they had, like, the cocoons on the ceiling. I don't know. Eee. Okay, I assume that guy would have murdered me had I not killed him quick enough. Okay, please go away. I'm just glad Hyper Mode kills those guys very quickly. Oh, sorry, there's a whole bunch of Metroids there, but I didn't, like, stop to, like, kill them. How long is this area? Jeez. This is definitely longer than Impact Crater was. Oh, hi. How do I get out of here now? Okay. Where did you even come from? I saw the guy in the other direction, but where did you guys... God damn it. I'm really sick of enemies spawning from nowhere? In this situation? Like, okay, enemies are gonna be respawning, sure. But I would at least like to be able to see that enemies exist suddenly. What am I supposed to attack here? Because it says it's vulnerable, but like, what do I shoot? That guy, I guess. I'm getting really sick of these Metroids. Where did that guy go? Is he on the other side now? Oh, look. The Metroids are back. He's on the other side. How many shots does this guy take? I'm in hyper mode, for crying out loud. Okay. And just in time for all the Metroids to come back. And now I need to waste my time killing them again. This is really not very fun. At all. How many shots does this bozo take? He wasn't even taking damage from, like, the missiles. He's gone again. Now he's on this side. That tells me nothing about how best to kill it. Why? I'm so frustrated by this. This isn't fun. I've been shooting this thing a million times. And now it finally dies. Ugh. That was just way too tedious. And the Metroids didn't help it. I understand that because, like, you know, it wasn't firing back at me, you had to keep bringing the Metroids in. But just make it fire back at me or something, I don't know. That was just tedious and long and annoying, and... This feels like it's a boss arena.